Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am here with my new paper pumpkin by Stampin' Up. It is the Poppin' Birthday March 2019. Sorry about that, that was written by the mail person. But it's the Poppin' Birthday March 2019 paper pumpkin. I have a couple alternatives, and I'm not doing anything super different than what they did. They came up with some super cute cards, and I just came up with a few different ones. One is going to be a birthday card, but one's going to be a wedding card. So I think I'm going to start with the wedding card. And in this kit, you got a free set of number stamps, I believe, if you signed up last month. So I'm not sure exactly, because I am not a demonstrator, just so everybody knows. I'm not a demonstrator. I just do this because I like these kits. So, and it's fun to come up with different stuff. I don't usually like to make a whole bunch of the same card unless maybe it's Christmas or something like that. So anyway, I just like to come up with different ideas. So anyway, I am using the gray striped card base that's in the kit, and I'm pretty much just using the kit for this project that I'm doing. And so these are a little tricky to fold. You kind of have to like fold these two little pieces in, and then, you know, try to get all these like folded a little bit before you can get it folded all the way in half. It's just a little bit tricky, but if you fiddle with it a little, it definitely will do that so that it pops up. All right, so, and all this, like I said, I think already it comes with the kit. They also gave us some adhesive, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. I don't use this a lot, so I'm not going to make any promises that I'm going to be super awesome at it, because I usually use wet glue. It's just what I prefer. But I know, you know, everybody loves this stuff. So I'm going to tear that off. And obviously the biggest trick with this piece is you just don't want to stick down this middle part. You can stick down these where the fold is this way, because you do want that to stick, but not this part that folds out the other direction. And this is nice because it's about the same width as this part. It's just getting it on here without messing it up. Like I said, I don't use this, so it's kind of all new to me. I don't know why I've never gotten into it. I just like my tacky glue, and that's what I use the most. So, and I made this one stick over, so I'm going to cut that and peel those off. I don't know why I always think of these kind of cakes as wedding cakes. I mean, these are super cute and they look awesome as birthday cakes, but that's the first thing that came to my mind, was making a wedding card. And plus I have a couple weddings coming up, so I guess maybe I have that on the brain. But yeah, and I know I could use a pokey tool and it'd probably be easier, but you know, I don't ever do that either, so I guess because I always have nails. Alright, so we're just using this. I'm going to give it a good crease just so that I can hopefully get everything done here. So I'm kind of going to go into the crease to do it, fold it in half, and try to get it kind of like centered. I need to go down a little bit more. Sorry, I've got the shaky hands. I just always kind of do. I never really noticed it until I started doing videos. And I don't really get nervous anymore necessarily, but I mean, it's always a little nerve-wracking. And then I'm going to just fold it over and get it all flattened down. So hopefully when I open it, it will open nicely. So see, that folded very nicely. And then I'm going to take some lace, and I just found this. This is just from Walmart. It's nothing fancy. It's just a thin lace, and I'm going to try to get a pretty straight edge on there, and then I'm going to figure out how much I need. Hope everybody's having a good day. It's nice and warm here, and we have spring break next week, but watch, it won't be nice and warm next week. That's kind of how it works usually, right? It'll like rain or something. But at least it's nice today, so that's the good part. And I'm just taking some glue dots and putting them all along here. Take those off. Oh, they aren't stuck down. I'm going to make sure they're stuck. And just taking those, oops, that one didn't stick on. Oh, hang on just a second, somebody's here. Okay, hi, I'm back. You know, it never fails. All I have to do is start videotaping and people come and the phone rings and everything. Anyways, so I went ahead and just added the rest of the lace on each layer. I just cut each piece the size to go on each layer, that's all. And then I cut out some flowers using my Stampin' Up. I don't remember what this one's called, and I'm not sure if you can get it anymore, but it has all the petals and the middle and this one. So anyway, I just cut out this one and not all the other parts. So I'm going to put a little pearl in the middle of each of those, and I just have these little pearls, and Stampin' Up! Has the pearls too, so if you have those ones, they'll work fine. These ones I think I got at Walmart as well, so if you want the different sizes like that or whatever. Again, I am not a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so I don't have like everything that they use. And I'm just going to put one in each one. And I'm only going to use like 2 per layer because the bottom one really could fit 3, but it goes on the fold, and because it has to fold up flat, you know, that doesn't work. So one more. Cut a few extra just in case I needed them. And for these I think I'm going to use some glue, and I just realized that I folded that funny when I put it in there, so don't do that. I always have to make a mistake at some point in a video, so I'm going to put a little glue on the back of these. And you know, you could do multiple layers of these if you wanted, but I just kind of liked the singular. And I know this is kind of maybe not the way most people would do a wedding cake because there's like sprinkles and all that, but I think with the lace and the flowers it'll be pretty. And you know, a lot of times now people are going for a more casual wedding, but if you're going to like a super fancy wedding, I probably wouldn't do one like this. I would, you know, do something different colors, maybe more whites or silvers or whatever, but these are fun. And like my niece is really, she likes fun, you know, lots of color and stuff, so like she would be the type of person that would like something like this. But you obviously have to know your people. But I think it's fun and just a different idea. And I probably will go ahead and put some other pearls on just to give it a little something. So I'll take a little bit bigger ones like these and put one over here. And these are already sticky on the back. My flowers don't want to stick. I'm probably going to have to use glue dots. Just hate making you guys watch me do glue dots because I struggle with it. Because they want to stick to my nails and not to the thing that they're supposed to stick to. Yeah, it's not going to probably work. Just going to let it dry for a second. I do fine with these pearls. And again, you know, it would probably look best to put one in the middle there, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that because of the fold. So it just kind of is what it is. I'm going to use my tacky glue. I've given up on the dots. I think that's why I don't use them, because I just have a hard time making it work. And I know you can use the little pokey thing, but it still is a fight. So I just prefer to do that, and it's done. Let's see if these are sticking better. That one. Anything little and fiddly is just really not my cup of tea. I mean, I do all this still, even though I did have caffeine today, so that's probably part of my problem. So those will stick now, and I'll add a couple more of the pearls. I think on the top I'll do the, oops, if I could get them off. Just put them on the outside again. But you know, you can decorate it however you choose. Like if you wanted, you know, something, a different spot or whatever, you go ahead and do that. It's just hard with that middle part folding in to get it very, yeah, it's not even going to fit up there because I can't put one in the middle. So I think that'll work just fine. And while that dries for just a second, I'm going to work on the front. So I'm going to use one of these little roughly edge, you know, things, punch outs that, well, these aren't even punch outs because they come already punched out, but anyway. And then this heart is from the January paper pumpkin, the Valentine one. It had those roughly hearts. So I'm going to stamp on that. And for this, I'm using the Island Indigo just because it's a darker color than this. So I want, you know, I obviously want it to show up. So this is an old Happy Wedding Day stamp, but I know, you know, Stampin' Up! Has loads of this kind of thing. And I'm just going to stamp it on my piece of paper down here just to, this one has not been used in a while. So it may be a little dry. And I don't want it to bleed like that. So let me, it might be this stamp is too wet too, the stamp pad. Okay, I think that's gonna, make sure I get it everywhere. Alright, so I'm going to try to get it, yeah, this is the old rubber stamp deal, but I know, like I said, Stampin' Up! Has loads of this kind of stuff, so it's not like you won't ever be able to find some type of wedding stamp. I'm just going to let it set for a second. Okay. That is a pretty one. I do like it. And then I'm going to put this on here with dimensionals. And they came with it. So I don't want to put that down yet because I want to make sure it's dry. See, those stick to my nails too. These are a little better because they're at least poofy. I can hold on to them easier. Alright, so that's going to go right in the middle. And then I'm going to use one of those little bows that comes with the paper pumpkin. And I want to just use the gray since that's the color of the card and it, you know, kind of has that whole wedding thing going for it. I kind of just want it up here like this. And then I think, hopefully I can close this now. It should be alright because those flowers are all going to lay down, you know, flat. And that's going to go on there. It is a little poofy, but I think it'll be fine once it sets for a bit. And you could even kind of set something on it a little bit once it's dry just to get it to do the fold. I definitely do like the bows and the things that come with it. That's fun. Just trying to get it centered. Get it all stuck down. It's kind of funny with all the stuff underneath. And then I want to put a pearl on the bow there. I think I'll use one of the smaller ones. And just kind of put it right in the center. Alright, so there's one. Happy Wedding Day. And then it opens and you can write your message in there. I just think that's kind of fun. Make a wedding one. All right, now I'm going to do a birthday card. And I did take apart some envelopes, which I tend to do quite often because I always figure, you know, with these lined envelopes, I can get a lot more use out of that on a card than I can inside the envelope. I mean, it looks super cute and I will have enough left, but you know, I can put a few cards in a plain envelope and it's not like a big deal. So, excuse me. This one comes with the kit as a punch out, and so I just cut equal sized pieces out of the envelopes. These two right here come out of the inside of the envelopes. So I'm just gonna kind of figure out how I want to position those, and what I'm going to do first I think is stamp this just so I can get a good, I need a good visual, you know. And I didn't really want to put any ages on this because if, you know, sometimes I like to make up some birthday cards without even knowing who they're going to go to, you know. And for sure I will use those numbers on cards too, but sometimes I just like to have some made up that aren't, you know, specific to one person or whatever. So that's kind of what this one's going to be without the numbers, even though those numbers are very cool. And I really love those number stamps. Those are loads of fun. So I'm using the stamp pad that came with this one, and it's Poppy Parade. The blue one that I used last, this Island Indigo, does not come with it. It's one that I had from a past kit. So I'm using the stamp pad that says "Today We Celebrate You," and I'm going to stamp it once on this other paper I have because I just want to make sure. Sometimes when they're brand new, you don't get a very good first stamp off of it. It's like it needs to kind of get the ink in it a little or something. So that one works great. So, all right, and I can see right through it, so I'm going to kind of get in the middle right here, and I hope I don't get my big head in the, I'm going to come down just a tiny bit because I'm going to do something else. Just going to put that there. And with this one that says "Today We Celebrate You," you could probably even use it as a graduation card if, you know, you have graduates. Oh, it didn't work. See, that's what I'm talking about. Luckily, you can just turn it over. But yes, that can be very aggravating. I thought I got it all real good, but apparently I did not. Okay, let's try that again. Try to get it straight. Push on the top a little, Amy. That might help. I just don't want to wiggle it, you know. Much better. I got a little off there, but that's good. Alright, and I'm going to take one of these fun little hats. I'm going to do this as a birthday card, but like I said, you could definitely do that as a graduation card. Sorry. It's where I turn on the camera, my brain goes out to lunch. Alright, I'm going to take that off and wash it in a minute. And I want to use these, but I want to stamp off onto something. Let me see what I got. Got a piece of the envelope that I can use. And I'm just going to do a couple. I'm not doing a lot of these. And I'm going to stamp off onto this envelope first because I want it to be lighter than what we already stamped. Move that and set this on here because I'm going to come off the edge a little bit. And if it overlaps a little, it's not going to be a big deal because it's lighter and it's the same color. Right. Make sure you get all of it. It's kind of tricky, of course, with these little stamp pads. And I can still use the other side of this envelope. That's not a big deal. And I'm going to do this side. Just for a little added interest. And then I think I just kind of want this little hat up here like that. And let's see, we're just going to use, let's use the dimensional. Since it's not, these aren't dimensional, so it'll kind of help make it look right on there. Like the Wii is wearing a hat. And you'll still be able to read it. And they kind of did that on one of the cards that they did 11 on. So it looked cute. I liked that. So I want to figure out if I want to, maybe I want this one in the middle. I want to see if I want this. Yeah, I think I do, and I'll do it with dimensions. So I'm going to glue down those strips. And you know, you don't have to do this. You could do it without these strips and do that. That's totally up to you. I'm just trying to give ideas. And because I like to do something different than so many of the same card. But those cards that they came up with are adorable, so it's a great set this time. I mean, they're always great. And this is a teeny bit thicker than the inside of the envelopes, but I think it's fine. It's not going to be that noticeable on a card. So I did it this way to give equal distance here and here, just to kind of, that way hopefully it'll look more centered than if I start with the top one, do the middle one, and then do the bottom one. I hope everybody can see. I'm trying to stay in the middle because last time I guess I got kind of off. So I'm really trying to stay in the middle. But let me know if I'm off, because any feedback helps for sure. And all of you guys are awesome, and I just want to thank all of you so much, because I've been doing this now for I think 9 months. And it's just been so much fun, and everybody's so amazing. And I just want to thank you guys, because it's just been great. I really enjoy it. And you know, I might not always come up with the best, you know, ideas, because it is hard. I mean, you know, Stampin' Up, obviously, they have people that do this for a living, and they know what they're doing. But I just like to come on and give my idea. And if you use it, you use it. If you don't, that's fine. I'm going to pop this one up too, just to, this will be a super thick one, I guess, but it'll fit in an envelope fine, so that's all that matters. These outside ones. All right. And you know, if you had other Stampin' Up papers, which they have lots of the decorative papers, you could use those too. So, and that way you wouldn't have to cannibalize your envelopes. I just like to use stuff from the kit in case there's people that are new and maybe they just don't have a whole lot. So I like to kind of try to come up with ideas. And I just don't have a ton either. I don't have a ton of different papers and stuff, because I do other I do junk journaling too, and I have paper for that too, so it's hard for me to have, you know, just all of everything. So, okay, there's my Today We Celebrate You birthday card. Or like I said, if you didn't want to use the little hat, you could totally do like happy graduation on the inside, you know, and that would be fun. And then our wedding card, happy wedding day, the flowers. So I hope that helped some of you, and I hope you all have an awesome day. We'll talk later. Bye-bye now.